Falcon Paladin. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Somicron. Welcome you to the podcast as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
It's good to be
good
here.
to be here.
Oh, Jinx, you owe
Hey,
me a Coke.
Jinx. Oh, nope, got you too.
Isn't it then technically the first person to say double Jinx?
Did you say double
I
Jinx?
did just then in that sentence.
Dang
I
it.
think that
Okay,
counts.
fair enough. You win.
Yeah, excellent.
Yep, got the double Jinx on me.
Getting old, slowing
Yeah, that's
down.
true.
As the young
Uh-huh.
whippersnappers beat you on the speed skills like this. Who can say double
Yep,
Jinx first? It's just embarrassing.
it is. It's highly embarrassing, but when you're 42, what else can you do?
It's true. It's true. You
Just
could
gotta ride with it, man. Gotta let it go.
Got to retire from the jinxes then. Like maybe just take a step
Yeah.
back and be like, you know what? We said the same thing at the same time, but that's all right. I'll just pay for the coke.
Uh-huh. I think that's it. I think that'll be a good way to go with it from now on. Although, I mean, saying Jinx with someone who's older is just kind of like playing football with like toddlers, right? Because it's just a huge advantage, right? There's like no honor in it.
Oh, you think what I did had no honor in it?
No, because I did it too. But I'm just saying, if you knew that I had given up, like next time it happens and I just like give up and you're like, Jinx, it's like, oh, congratulations.
Well,
Like you beat that toddler in an arm wrestling contest. You are so good at this, man. Way to go.
that implies that everyone who's going to be calling jinx on you knows you've retired, right? This isn't the
Yeah, I'm
NFL.
saying
No,
you. I'm not
well,
talking about everybody. I'm
me
just talking
sure,
about
but
you.
me
Yeah,
sure, but like,
yeah.
I might not be the next person to jinx you.
It's true. It's true.
It will be just the same disadvantage, but they won't know.
Right. You're right. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm just
Well,
saying, as far as we're
I
concerned,
think it's more of a year than
this is
we.
where we are.
It's
Huh?
more of a year than we.
It's a royal we.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about me and the person who would say Jinx.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you'll notice the surface of the sun is back because it was like 95 degrees today.
Uh-huh,
It's
uh-huh.
like yeah, it's like I don't have the kids and the temperature's nice and I don't have to run the air conditioning. And I get the kids and like they want the temperature lower than I'm okay with it. And so it's like if it's hot and the air conditioning needs to run and they're here, then it's lower and it's more expensive and it takes more time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the bill goes up and it's like rah, 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 rah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anywho's.
Yeah, I just pulled up the average. Can I get this in Fahrenheit? Yeah, there we go. So the average Salt Lake City temperature is like 78 for September. Obviously, this is September 1st for you, so you're still more or less in August. Um,
It's a month that pretty wildly changes between the 1st and the 30th every
uh,
month in
uh-huh,
temperature.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here,
Um,
look. Average temp September 1st
oh, yeah.
SLC.
Going for just the September 1st.
Approximately 79 degrees Fahrenheit for a high. And it was like 92 today. So I can complain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go for the complaining.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the data. That's all.
Yeah, no, data is important. I
Data
think
is
it's important to look at the data.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was surprisingly chilly today. Well, this morning. It's only like 11 a.m., right?
Oh, right.
And I have been in complete darkness blocking out the sun, and so it shouldn't be surprising that it's chilly, but at the same time, I didn't need to be like hoodie and socks yesterday, and today I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good transition when you're like, hang on a second. I don't need socks to not freeze to death.
I don't feel like my toes
Things
are
are
gonna fall
changing.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That's a good day. It is.
that's a good day. And then today, I need socks. I need socks.
Yeah.
Yep.
September's mean that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be too hot in like a minute. I know it. It's coming.
In about 3 hours, it'll reach 40 degrees Celsius and not go below that for the next 6 months.
Exactly. Yeah. That is 100% what's going to happen.
Looking forward to that. You're gonna miss the socks. You're like, oh, remember when I wore socks? That was so great.
Hmm. Hmm.
Totally, totally, totally.
Totally. Yeah.
Hmm. All right. So my question for you
Okay. I'm all ears. All ears.
is: did you finish watching?
No.
All right, fair enough.
So I got.
I tried selling it to you with Justin Long, and you like Justin Long, and I tried making it sound appealing, and you're just like, no,
I do. I
I
do.
don't like Justin Long as much as I thought I did.
No,
Not worth it.
I do like Justin Long. The problem is the two movies that I really liked Justin Long in, that I first fell in love with Justin Long, was Waiting, the comedy with Ryan Reynolds about them working at a restaurant, and Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Right, two very different movies than Barbarian.
Yes, it's true.
So very different. And in my defense, I got distracted playing Gears of War.
We were done with that by Friday. You had like a whole 48 hours to watch it.
And then I um was sitting around looking for reasons not to watch it. Um Trying to play other games, stuff like that. And I remembered that there's a Pokemon fan-made Pokemon game called Infinite Fusion where you
Uh-huh.
can take Pokemon and fuse them, right? And it's like, okay, this is a fun, neat little thing. So I Google Infinite Fusion, and I find the website, and I'm like, oh, they have it on Steam Deck. Like, that you can download it and play it on that. I love my Steam Deck. Boy, do I, if I'm at home, have absolutely no reason to use it, right? Because I've got my PC. And every time I try to play a Pokemon on an emulator on my PC, I'm like, this does not capture staying up under my blanket because my dad wants me to go to sleep with my Game Boy Color. Um,
Uh-huh.
but if I put this Pokemon game on my Steam Deck, it 100% recreates that feeling. Now, my dad's not going to bust in and
Okay.
tell me to go to sleep, but I have put 16 hours into it, and I picked it. I only put it on my Steam Deck 25, 26 hours ago. Like, I played a lot.
Wow. Yeah,
Um,
that's a ton.
so it really dug its claws. Um,
What's the most cool fusion you've got so far?
ooh,
What's your favorite one?
my favorite one. It's Abra and
Yep.
Butterfree. So
Oh,
it's a
that
well.
sounds cursed.
So Abra evolved into Alakazam. So it's Alakafree, I think is what it's called, and it's basically him, but he's got the Butterfree wings and the tent,
Yeah, like I said, cursed.
it's a lot of them are a little cursed. I've also
Mm,
gotten a Mr. Mime to fuse with a Mime Junior, making a Mr. Junior. I
sure.
I combined
Brain exploding.
a Geodude to mix with another Geodude, and because this is a custom fan made game, they're like, and real sprites don't exist. They have a selection for you to pick from, and it's like, okay, you can get one with like a Geodude and another one like grafted onto its back, or you can have Easter Island Dwayne Johnson as your Pokemon because it's
Oh,
two rock Pokemon. So that was fun.
yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah.
Someone should tell your dad you're playing so he can call you and be like,
Okay.
"Hey, get some sleep. Stop playing." That'd be great.
Yeah, someone could do that. He has my phone number. He could
Yeah,
call.
exactly. I think. Anyway.
Yeah, but so when I first installed it, now it's on the Steam Deck, which is like a Linux thing, so you have to download compatibility tools and all that, and then you add it to Steam as a game, so it launches from Steam and everything plays fine. But the first time you load it up, it's like, hey, where did you get the game? Like, how did you get the game? We're not collecting this data. We're just curious, and it gives you like three options. It's like from a website, from Discord, or from like a Google Drive. And I'm like, from the website, and they're like, no, this game, the developers of this game don't have a website. You have to get the official one from the Discord, otherwise you might have viruses. Um,
So,
so I went to Reddit to have a look around, and basically, I found a couple of posts where the mods are just fear mongering that like other places like it's partially fear mongering because of how intense they are. They're like, no, you need to delete it and get it from the Discord only. You have viruses. Your computer's gonna break and all this stuff. Like they go hard, and
yeah.
I can't think about why because there's just as many people as me who have been like, our Windows Defender and stuff like that all can't find any issues with this. What's wrong with this website? Everything looks official. They've collected, like, if it was just a scam to be like, okay, here's a fan thing, but we're going to inject it with malware, put it on your computer,
Hmm.
they wouldn't also have written an entire walkthrough guide on the
Probably
website,
not.
right? And
Yeah.
someone was just like, no, while the website isn't related, it's fine to download from there. The devs are just mad they don't have their own website, and this guy's running ads on their fan project and making some money off it.
Oh.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have their own website? It's like, oh, if they have their own website, Nintendo or like Game Freak might be like, please take that down. And so, but apparently, running as a
Heavy
Discord,
possibility.
running just a private Discord is apparently way easier to keep away Nintendo's lawyers, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Um,
Makes sense.
but my Steam Deck does not appear to be filled with malware. Um,
Congratulations.
yep.
It's running on Linux anyway. Like, who's writing malware for Linux right now?
Mm,
I don't.
I have no idea.
Market share is too small. Anywho,
Well, on the computer version, it's like you can download it for Windows or Mac as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So for Windows, it makes sense.
Yeah.
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 Well, good.
Yeah.
Glad you're having fun with it.
Having a blast. Absolute
Yeah.
blast.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at my house, my daughter's been watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Ooh.
And last night she was like, "So I keep stopping." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I watched like the first 30 episodes and then like just stopped." And then 2 months later, I was like, "Oh yeah, I never actually finished watching that." And then she went back and watched another like 15 episodes and then was like, "Oh, la, la, la," wandered off and never came back to it for like another month again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's like 20 episodes from the end. So we were watching some of it. I haven't watched it since 2012. Like, I haven't touched it. Was my gateway anime. Well, there's this weird anime about two kids and these like sentient koala bear stuffed animals
Oh.
from like 1984 or something, and they like take the kids through this magical portal to their land, and there's like some civil war going on. It's weird stuff, man. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think it's called Noozles.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, but there's a new
Here it
anime
is.
airing this season called Cultural Exchange at the Game Center, and
That's one heck of a great name for an anime. Uh-huh.
yeah, and one of the characters is like obsessed with an anime koala,
Oh,
and
well,
so
there you go.
I think it's probably
Hmm.
based off this. It is not the same. The Wondrous Koala Blinky. Okay, so is this like a Japanese version of Blinky Bill?
Ah, I could not tell you. I watched this when I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and I remember snippets.
Mm.
I remember watching it, and I remember feeling. So I do remember having this conversation with my sister because we were like, "This was the first show we'd ever watched that like has serial storytelling."
Mm.
It's not a show where everything resets at the end of every episode. They like have an ongoing, crazy long story going on, and we were like, "TV can do this? Wow!" Like, our minds are just blown.
So compare the character design to Japan's Blinky Bill and Australia's Blinky Bill. They're both wearing overalls.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah. Other than that, they're both koalas.
Blinky
Which
Bill.
I mean, what else do you really need?
It's hard to do super variations on koalas.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, this also aired in 1984. Noozles.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, but oh, actually, hot twist. Blinky Bill, 1993, might have been copying Noozles.
Dude. wonder if somebody got sued.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, the dude koala's name in Noozles is called Blinky. His name is Blinky.
And now we have Blinky Bill. Yeah.
Holy crap. They did steal it from a
Man.
random anime from 1984 that was like running on Nickelodeon in America. I want to say it was. I can figure this out.
Hmm.
Yeah, Nickelodeon.
Fair enough.
It originally aired on Fuji TV in Tokyo and affiliated stations, and then hit Nickelodeon as part of its Nick Jr. block from 88 to 93.
To 93,
Yep.
eh?
That's what it says. And then Blinky Bill was 94.
No,
They're like,
93.
they waited until the show ended and they were like, let's go. One day, 12-year-old Sandy Brown receives a package from her long-lost grandfather containing a stuffed koala named Blinky that was lost in a shipwreck 38 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds like Blinky Bill.
Holy crap. So yeah, it's just the Australian version of this anime from
I guess so.
84. Yeah. Incredible. Anywho, so that was my first anime. And then I never watched any anime. Oh, it's a kitty.
Yeah.
Eat the microphone. Get it. Nom 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 nom.
He can push it with his tail.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Strong tail.
Absolute beast tail.
But then it was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood in 2012 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched it and it was great. And it did lead me to other more modern animes. But like, I don't remember a ton about this thing. So I'm watching it with my daughter. And she hasn't seen it either. So she'll be like, I bet he's dead. And I'm like, yeah, probably. Like, I don't remember. I'm basically watching this for the first time with you right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's good, though. It's good, man. There's a reason it's held up as, one of the greatest animes of all time.
For sure. I've seen about half of it. I never got
The
around
first
to
half or the end half?
the first half. I watch things chronologically.
I don't know, man. Okay. Fair enough. First half. Got it.
I just never finished it. I'm a bit like
Yeah.
your daughter, I guess.
Dude, I was going to say, yeah. Got lost along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the storyline. There are two brothers. Their mom dies and their dad abandons them effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter is like insanely upset about this dude for abandoning his kids, which I get it. But man, every time they show him, she's like, screw you, man. You left your kids. I want bad things to happen to you forever. And I'm like, all right. Like, yes, it's a bad thing. But like,
Maybe
I don't
there was a good
know.
reason.
People are complicated. It's hard sometimes. Like,
We all make
man,
mistakes.
a tiny break. I'm not saying like it's cool, but like, I don't know. So then there's this episode where it's so funny because there's Al and there's Ed, the two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And Al's like the nicest kid in the entire world. He never thinks bad about anybody. And Ed's like, I'm going to murder everyone. He's just like all these anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
And his attitude toward his missing dad is like, screw that guy. If I see him, I'm punching him in the face. And Al's like, I'm sure he has a good reason for being away for so long. And so it's great because Dad and Al run into each other eventually, like at the second half of the show. And it's like, oh, okay. So this is the best possible outcome because Al's willing to listen and try to understand. And if Ed was there, it just would have turned out to an all-out brawl and nobody would have gotten along and nobody would have understood anybody else. And it would have turned into like this worse situation. Very funny. Yeah, they even say, Al's even like, man, it's probably a good thing Ed's not here. Yeah. Anywho, that's been good. Been nice.
Good to hear. Sorry, I'm still distracted by Blinky Bill. Apparently, Australian live-action series that featured actors including puppets that ran on ABC television from 1984 because the book that it's based on was written in 1933. So Australia had it first.
The book had the talking koalas first, and
Yeah.
then Japan was like, "Well, if you're not going to turn it into an anime, we'll do it, I guess."
Apparently, yeah.
And then they were like, and then Australia was like, "Damn it, we should have turned it into an anime."
That's great. Write that down. Write that down.
Okay, good. I mean, it would be weird if the first like koala-centric kid story came out of Japan. They don't even have koalas.
Right. It would be a bit strange, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, good. So there was a book from the 30s. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better about the whole thing.
Uh,
Man. Yeah, and I don't remember a lot from when I was 6, but that's one of the things. And it was for one summer. Like my parents went on a trip by themselves without their kids the summer of 89, and they dumped us with our grandparents,
mhm.
which was convenient because both sets of grandparents were alive and living like 4 blocks from each other. Like
Oh,
they lived in the same town, right?
yeah, that's convenient.
So one set would have us for a week, and then the other set would have us for a week for like 6 weeks.
Hmm.
So yeah, one of the grandparents had cable and had Nickelodeon, and they were just like, "We don't feel like parenting. Here's the TV. Enjoy your Tuesday, kids." And we're like, "All right."
I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah, so I have these memories of Nickelodeon shows from that time, like Legend of the Hidden Temple, or kids getting slimed on different game shows and stuff, but really only for like one 3-week period total when I was 6 years old. The rest of the time, I never had access to any of this stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Weird thing, because yeah, usually kids that remember Nick from those times, the parents just had cable. They're just watching it all the time. But like I've got this tiny snippet
Hmm.
from one summer. It's a weird way to interact with it.
Yeah, it's a weird way to relate to it. Uh,
Hmm.
but hey, fair enough. I'm trying to think if I've got anything like that. I remember being dumped at my grandparents' place, but it was usually for like a weekend.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
the strongest memories I pull out of that was having to go to church, right? And that,
Oh no, that sucks.
yeah, yeah. And I remember vividly, it's like, okay, we all got to like my grandparents' local church because I did not go to church regularly, and so they were like, okay, we're going in for the service. You go over for where the kids go to like for Sunday school essentially. And I didn't know where that was. So I think I just wandered around this building for like an hour. And eventually someone came and got me and was like, here, just stand in the back and watch the service. Like I didn't sit down, I just watched it. And then it's just like hazy memories of like having to sit in a circle and do churchy things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of it. That's
Yeah, that's the worst. I have memories of like popsicles and riding my bike around the block and like climbing trees and stuff and watching
oh,
koala animes. And you're like, and I went to church. It's like that's a worse memory.
so I do remember other things about my grandparents' place. Like they had a little blue
Okay.
like it's not a skateboard, but it was like a small skateboard. Like I don't know, it's like a foot and a half long.
Yeah,
I don't know what the verbiage is for like the different kinds of skateboards, but they had one of those, and we'd go up and down the driveway. They had a
that's fun.
tree that people would climb, usually my brother, and they had a shuttlecock and some rackets, so we played with that.
Mm,
Like
yeah,
I have other memories, just most
good.
vivid ones are being very bored at church.
Most traumatizing.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hmm.
What was your first anime you ever watched?
Ooh, so we're gonna exclude stuff like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh because it's like I'd watch those when they were on, but I didn't. I don't know. I didn't make an effort to tune in because a lot of like morning cartoons that I could watch before school, I had to be out the door to get to school on time. Um, and like Simpsons at 6 p.m. Like which one came first? I don't know. If we're going to really talk like which is the first anime, someone is showing me anime, not just like a kid's cartoon that would happen to be made in Japan.
Yeah.
Um, my art teacher when I was in high school, I want to say 13, 14, 15, around there. He came in and was like, I don't want to teach, let's put on some anime. Also, I have some DVDs that I need to sell. Um,
Awesome.
he also brought in his Warhammer models, so that was cool.
Was that your first Warhammer?
It was, yeah.
Oh,
Being
that's awesome.
being forced to play Tyranids.
He's like, this kid doesn't know
Well,
anything. Make him play Tyranids.
no, my friends were like, "No, we want the Chaos Space Marines. You know, you can
Yeah,
play the
yeah.
Tyranids." Yeah, it wasn't him.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
I of the two anime that I know he showed me, one I don't remember what it was called, but it was this bizarre, off the wall, probably very like what's the word? It's very inappropriate. For the kids who were seeing, because the only thing that I remember from it is a guy who had like a cudgel with spikes on the end of it, rubbing it on people, going sticky, sticky. And
Holy,
like,
what?
yeah,
Rubbing spikes? Like, does it kill them? Like, what the hell?
no, it was like his tail or something, right?
Oh,
It's very
okay.
strange, and it was just very, very weird. And I obviously that's the only thing I remember from it. You can't Google for just sticky, sticky.
I mean,
You could try, but like, and I have,
yeah,
but yeah. Um,
nothing happened. Okay.
uh, and the other DVD that he sold me, and I still own today, is a DVD for an anime called Please Teacher.
Okay.
I think in Japanese it's Onigai Sensei, where a kid who has a disease where he falls into a coma and stops aging, so is actually secretly like 18, but he looks 14 or whatever.
Okay.
Finds out his teacher is an alien and then has to marry her to help her cover it up.
Japan, man.
Japan.
Seriously.
So I think his wife wanted him to get rid of that DVD, and he's like, I can sell this to some students.
Yeah.
He should have thrown it away.
Yeah. If your wife wants to get rid of some media, don't give it to kids.
All right, but he made
Good
$10
heavens,
off
man.
it. He made a 20 off it.
But the morality, though. Ugh, that's amazing. All right. Good on him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that show. Like, I still don't hate that show. It had some funny bits. Like, it was mostly a comedy, but every time I've gone back, I've noticed like something even wilder about it. Like, okay, sure, the kid stopped aging, whatever. But there's an entire B plot where the girl, his age, likes him, but he can't reciprocate or doesn't. Ends up just banging the engineering teacher.
Sure.
Completely missed that on the first time I watched it. Yeah.
Oh man.
What a
All
show.
right.
What a show.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
So yeah, there you go.
That's that. Yeah. Yeah, less wholesome than Noozles, it turns
A
out.
little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I said the words Civil War, if you remember, but I don't know if that's entirely accurate. Dude, if you go to the Wikipedia page, the plot is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraphs long. Like long paragraphs.
For Noozle.
For Noozle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Plot.
I think I sent you the link.
Oh,
Did I
yeah,
send you
yeah.
the link?
Wow, that's a big write-up. That last plot, the last paragraph is 6
Like
paragraphs.
500 words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blinky and Pinky bring the stones to the top of Ayer's rock and place them in a predisposed altar where Blinky manipulates them, in a joystick-like fashion to keep the two worlds from destroying each other.
So, Noozles was set in Australia.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense.
Because that's Ayers Rock, and then I'm looking at this last paragraph. However, because of seismic testing in the Australian outback, the interdimensional axis that binds the two worlds together has become severely weakened, speeding up the process so much that both worlds could be destroyed in the separation. The High Danie Do explains that Sandy's grandfather knew this would happen someday due to his research of ancient Australian folklore.
Of course, we all know about the ancient Australian folklore.
I mean, I know that this is a product of its time, but just say Aboriginal Dreamtime. Ancient Australian folklore technically doesn't exist. I'm just
Right.
gonna throw that out there.
Right. That's
Oh,
probably what it is. The High Dingy Doo says that Sandy's grandfather likely knew how to save the world from destruction, but that his spirit can only communicate with someone who is related to him by blood. What the hell? This is a weird show.
yeah.
Yeah, it starts off with like, oh, I got this stuffed koala in the mail. He's alive. Cool. To like, the worlds will be destroyed.
That's
Your grandfather is trapped in another dimension. It can only talk to you telepathically. It's like, holy crap.
that is
Okay, calm down.
every JRPG in the world.
That's true. That's true. Mission 1, save the cat from the tree. End game, kill
Fine.
God.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. True facts.
Uh,
Why do they do that?
I don't know.
Why are they always like this media for children? Let's start us off super chill and then just ramp it up to 11 by the end. It's like their favorite thing to do.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Blinky in Noozles had a watch that stops time.
Right? That's pretty crazy stuff.
Uh huh. uh, weird.
Oh. Good stuff.
Stuff.
What else is going on? My daughter texted and said, "Hey, Demon Slayer movie coming out in like 2 weeks. We should go." And I'm like, "Deal."
Another movie.
Yeah.
That's 4 now.
Mugen Train.
Demon Slayer movies. Infinity Castle. I think that's the new one.
Okay, cool.
Why is there no like just a Wikipedia page or something with a list of all the movies? People also search for these. Cool. What are they? Infinity Castle. These are all Infinity Castle. How did Infinity Castle come out in 3 different years? Like it's giving me the drop down, but it won't tell me what the different name is. It's like Destroyer of Demons, Roar of Victory. Let me.
So it's Mugen Train,
Films.
Swordsmith Village to Hashira Training,
Yep, there you go.
and then Infinity Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
But yeah, I think
yeah,
so. Only Mugen Train is actually a movie.
yeah, the rest seem to be compilations, just like condensing the anime down into a movie format.
And adding a couple new scenes, but yeah, for the most part, it's just a recap of what happened in the show.
Yeah, so if you don't want to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
the
yeah.
entire show, you can just watch the movies. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that explains why I've only seen Mugen
Mugen
Train.
Train.
That explains why, because
Yeah.
the other ones I had looked at them, I was like, nah, we already know what happened here.
Right.
Yeah.
I was considering having a watch of the new movie, but I also haven't seen most of the show. But I've seen Mugen Train. I watched a video instead about Free Ren, and
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those.
it was comparing Stark to who's the whiny guy from Demon Slayer?
Zenitsu.
And some guy from One Piece, who I also don't know. But it was
Dude, Stark is infinitely better
Uh-huh.
than freaking Zenitsu. Okay.
That was the point.
I know, but why make a video about that? Everybody knows. Nobody's gonna be like, "Are you sure Stark is a better character than Zenitsu is?"
Because it's described like the video was about the archetype, about how they're both cowards.
Fair.
And how that they do it differently, and how Zenitsu's one character growth moment is really early on that they then abandoned, and to just make him annoying.
Fair.
Right. So that kind of like killed my interest to actually sit down and watch the show. in order to know what's going on for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to have to put up with an annoying character.
Did you see Mugen Train?
I did see Mugen Train.
Okay.
I liked most of it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember. I think the whole final like act. I'm not sure Zenitsu is anywhere there. I'm pretty sure it's just Rengoku and.
He does some stuff on the train. He's on the train and like he does.
But I mean,
some, like,
after the train.
when they're
When
like
Rengoku dies. Spoiler alert.
I don't remember. I think he's like, oh, I'll defend something like I'll defend the box that his sister gets into. So
yeah, so I'm just saying,
but
he's
that's
not really around. It's nice.
That's like 20 minutes of the hour and 20-minute movie. Like, okay, great.
I know.
He's not there for the credits either. Ooh.
I'm highlighting positives. That's all I'm trying to do.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I think
maybe one day he'll develop competency and a decent personality. It'll be nice.
Maybe. I'm also looking at how close I think the series might be done. I think they've only got like another season, maybe 2, based on the original works. So I might wait for it to just be all finished and then watch it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Seems like a good way to do it.
Yeah. I'm just appreciative it's something that has an ending and it's not insanely long. Looking at you, One Piece.
Right.
Ugh. Naruto.
Bleach. Ugh.
Dragon Ball.
Well, Dragon Ball's at least they break it up into different shows. So there's Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super.
How many episodes is Dragon Ball?
Oh, too many, right? Like, don't get me wrong.
That's my point. I said Dragon Ball. I meant Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. You just mean just Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at how many episodes is just Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Just Dragon Ball. 153 episodes.
Too many.
It is too many. But
it's not 1,000, but it's too many.
Right. If you then start like adding on Dragon Ball Z, which has like another. Give me how many episodes? I have to pull up the list for this. It's not going to give me it in the description.
Probably not.
I can add them up if I want. Okay, hold on. Episodes 1 to 199. So it gets bigger. If you wanted to watch everything, and you can cut out GT, it's I think technically non-canon. Kai is also there to shorten Dragon Ball Z. But you can start at like Super and get a modern Dragon Ball experience, and it's fine. Like you don't need to have watched everything. I feel like the One Piece evangelists like start at episode 1. Maybe cut out a couple of certain episodes for being too fillery.
Mm-hmm. More than a couple, but yeah.
Yeah. But you can just jump in at the most recent stuff and then go back if you like it.
Be fine.
Yeah. I personally don't recommend you actually watch it unless you grew up with it or I don't know, played the games and stuff or had an actual interest in the universe because it's all
nope.
No. Watch the movies. The movies are a good way to do it, I think. They do compilation movies. Those are worth it. They're way less time commitment, and you get like 95% of everything.
Makes sense. I'm just saying, any property that has this thing abridged version of it is probably too long.
Anything that's abridged.
Dragon Ball abridged. You familiar?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think that's true.
Oh.
Did you mean specifically by Team 4-Star as well?
By who?
The people who do Dragon Ball Abridged.
Ah.
I'm going to assume that's a no. You didn't mean...
No, I've had Dragon Ball Abridged suggested to me by coworkers a couple times, and I was just like, meh.
Fair enough.
Never happened.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like... So your point was anything that has an abridged version, specifically...
It's probably too long.
Specifically in parody abridged, The original is too long.
It's probably too long. I'm
Oh,
not saying it applies to everything, but it's very likely.
okay. Demon Slayer abridged. Oh, hey, look, Demon Slayer abridged.
Hey, there we
And
go.
episode 1 is 30 minutes. They're not making it any shorter. Hmm. Well, fair enough.
Right on.
Rightio.
So yeah, I think it comes out on like the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Not like this week, but
It's a coming.
yeah, relatively soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dear Cinemark, why do you have to verify that I'm a human? Like,
We don't
you sell
take no
movie
robots.
tickets. Like, there's nothing important going on here.
We don't serve them kind. You know, the bots.
Just keeping the bots out.
Your droids will
That's
have to wait
fair.
outside.
Yeah, yeah, clankers.
Clankers. Maybe somebody uses bots to buy up all the seats and then
Mm.
no shows so people feel
I
bad.
don't think Cinemark gives a crap about that. They're like, woohoo, sell out.
There are times where I think they should care about that. Like if you're doing a premiere or something and like the cast and crew or the producer like the director's gonna be there and it's like, well, we need a crowd for
Sure.
like having the director sit alone in a theater to watch their movie because all the tickets are sold out and nobody bought it is not a look you want for your cinema chain.
That'd
Like
be pretty good.
but yeah, 9 times out of 10, if everyone buys tickets because they use the bot and only one person shows because they could afford to have a theater to themselves, that's fine. Well, actually, they make a ton of money off popcorn and stuff. So if like bots buy the tickets and don't show up, they don't make money off popcorn and drinks. So you
That's
probably also
true.
care there.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if it's like a Monday at 1 p.m. showing, like buy all the tickets you want. But yeah, if it's like a Friday night 7 p.m. showing and you're like, okay, this was going to have a lot of people and they were going to buy snacks, then yeah, they don't want that to happen there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anywho, yep. Uh,
Did you
that's the
manage to
one.
find time to go and see The Naked Gun?
Nope. I'm
Uh,
not sure it's going to happen, to be honest.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like nobody liked it enough to be like, this is really good. This is great. You should see it. Everyone's like, it's funny. And I'm like, I appreciate that. I appreciate that this movie is funny,
Mm.
but that's not really enough to drag me to the theater at this point.
Mm. Okay.
That's all. I'll watch it
Um.
on streaming. Is it
Yeah.
on streaming yet?
Would not surprise me the way things work now.
On Paramount Plus, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. That's new on streaming this week. That's easy enough.
Yeah. You can buy it on YouTube already. Oh no, it's a pre-order.
Yeah.
You can't actually
Oh.
watch it yet.
Oh.
Yeah. There's
Deal.
there's 2 comments on it already though. One just says
Oh.
weak and the other one says not funny, an insult to real Naked Gun movies, looks like desperation. Why call it The Naked Gun? Give it another game and no connection to the real movies. I mean, you can't just change the name. He's directly saying that he's Leslie Nielsen's son. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a continuation of the universe, man.
yeah, the continuity matters. You need to know the lore.
You sure don't.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody makes a Superman movie that's not what you think it should be, it's Superman movie. Sorry, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Quest
that's
for
what it
peace.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, I get it. I get that you didn't like it. You didn't think it held up to the previous ones, but it's still Naked Gun. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. Book time.
Book time. Yeah.
Book time.
What did we read, Falcon?
The Triumph of Saint Catherine.
Yeah. by what is it? Danie Ware.
Hmm.
Two female authors back to back. I'm liking this
I know, right?
representation.
Some solid representation. I think
Hmm.
both books are pretty good too. So
Do you think they had a conversation at Games Workshop where it's like, well, we want someone to write a Sisters of Battle book? Do we ask the female authors in our roster to do that one?
right?
Um,
Probably. I
Probably.
don't think you have to do it every time, but
I like to
maybe most
think
of the time.
that Danie had an idea for this,
Mm-hmm.
and came to them, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Because this book, I did a little digging. I think was released to coincide with the miniatures for this.
Makes sense.
So you can get a Triumph of Saint Catherine model, which is 6 nuns with guns standing around a sarcophagus they haul around, and field
Nice.
it.
Nice. Do they have a Catherine with them?
Yeah. You can see the skeleton. You can see Catherine still beating heart in the background.
No, but the whole point of this story is that
Oh,
one
oh.
of them becomes Catherine.
Yeah. So there's a Catherine at the
Yeah.
front. She's got the shield and the sword that they make a big deal out of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I see her. Okay.
Yeah.
That is cool. It's not $200 cool, but it's pretty cool.
It's 200 Australian, so it's like 65 American probably.
Yeah, it's probably like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's neat. It's a good centerpiece, I feel like, for a Sisters army.
It's got the fucking cherubims. I hate those things.
Why?
Because they're creepy as hell. They're like the biggest indicator that the Imperium is evil is these frigging cherubims flying around that are robots
What do you,
and like freaky looking babies with cybernetic enhancements. It's like, what the are we the baddies? Like beyond the skulls. Like that's the one thing that I'm like, all right, Imperium.
I just think it's an effective use of a dead baby. There's one for the short.
Yes, it is. It's just being thrifty. Come on.
Right, like sometimes they're vat grown, sometimes you just make and do. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a shorter story
This
than
is.
the ones we've read in the past.
It is an anthology in disguise.
Kind of is a little bit.
Kind of is. So we get some. Essentially, I think the biggest part of the book is the like initiation ritual of the new Catherine. So what happened was there's a lady called Catherine, and she got killed. She got martyred. Go figure.
She was a sister of battle. Yeah.
She was a daughter of the emperor. Good sir.
Oh, okay. All right.
That not literally.
No, I know.
Right.
Right.
And when she eventually died, probably before she died, she became a saint. She was a sister of battle, and all these other saints, all women around her, also became saints. And when she died, they decided to take her body on parade, basically, to war zones, and people get visions and become to replace those saints and take on the other saints' names, and they become the honor guard of this coffin. And part of so this story is setting up that the last Catherine just died, and we're getting a new one. We need to do the initiation rituals so that this person knows that they're worthy, because to not be worthy or to say otherwise would be blasphemous, and to know us and to reaffirm their faith. And so we get stories from each of them, and there's 6 of them. So we get 5 separate stories, and then a 6th one from the new Catherine. And then there's one fight scene, and the book ends.
A really basic fight scene in the bookends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really just there to give you kind of the inside scoop, the inside story on how this works, how this particular very small segment of the universe, very small part of the Imperium, does what it does, and it really gets you in there in the nitty gritty and shows you what it's all about. So
yeah. it's just, I don't know how to talk about this book because it's just like it's just a couple of stories and then you're done, and they're not long stories. There's a lot of like personality building with the sisters, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's all at like the interruption of a story. Like one of them is telling a story and it's like another one will interrupt and be like, no, say Catherine would never retreat from the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
What? And they're like, everyone's giving these looks that the new girl's picking up as like, oh, this is an old like argument that they've had many times, probably every time a new Catherine comes around.
Yep.
And then it gets back to the story where it's like it's not retreating, it's getting a more tactically advantage position. And I felt like, well, I can really feel the contradictions that you would find in a church being on display here, where it's like you can't retreat, but also if you have to retreat, you know.
Right.
Um,
Right. But you can't call it that
no,
because
no,
sainthood. Yeah.
sainted.
Totally. There's one where one of the sisters is telling the story uh about the enemy, right? And
Mhm.
like starts reciting some of the lies of the enemy and what they're saying.
All right.
And another sister's like, "Yeah, let's not do that. Like, let's not, you know,
Mm-hmm.
talking about the enemy in specific ways, sharing their beliefs, sharing what they say can sometimes invite them
Mm.
in as well. And we're trying to avoid that stuff. So knock it off."
Right. There's a part where one of them is talking, and it's like, oh, and they drew foul symbols that I won't describe here, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a good way that they pass on their knowledge of an experience like this story, and very explicitly say, I'm not gonna touch on like the chaos stuff because it's chaos.
Yep.
It makes sense, and it's like here's how you talk about chaos without having to talk about chaos. It's
Right.
effectively what the Emperor couldn't do.
Yeah, I guess.
To a degree. To a degree.
Yeah, it's a tricky line. It
Mm-hmm.
always is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so funny because we've had over the last year so many Inquisitor books,
Mm-hmm.
and like Order, Ordos, Xenos, and like people that really, really work their asses off to understand, aliens, to understand the enemy, to understand chaos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then these people are like, we are the opposite of that. We are proud in our ignorance of
Yeah.
what they stand for and how they work. We are just there to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very straightforward. I can see why people enjoy reading these books where the characters aren't just going to sit around and debate whether or not this warp technique is right for Gregor to use and like what's he becoming.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, no, we just sing and kill heretics. It's fantastic. Which
Mm-hmm.
I will say, the audiobook does fantastically. Like there was in the opening credits, there was also the composer was given a credit, and so all of the
Oh, that's cool.
voice lines like "Oh Emperor, deliver us" are all sung, and there's like orchestral music playing.
Dang, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
It's really good. I really recommend the audiobook for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for this one makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there is a lot of singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I kind of wanted to figure out, but I imagine it's probably a different part, is how come they all have white hair? When does that happen, and how does that happen?
I don't know if they all just bleach their hair. All right, I think
Right?
there's probably like
But like you've never seen a sister battle with her roots showing.
that.
Like what if she's been out in the field and she's separated? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like there are situations where if this was what they were doing, you would see roots, and it's never a thing. It's got to be something else.
Why can't peroxide be included in their like pharmacopoeia in their battle armor systems? Right?
I'm just saying, eventually it runs out. Like there's got to be a situation where a sister of battle's like stranded on a ship for like a year, and you find her and her hair's brown, and you're like, what the hell?
Very, very
That's
likely.
all.
I mean,
Okay.
gene editing. Maybe they gene edit so that they can't.
That would make more sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There are women though who have like half white, half black, kind of a deal.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find any photos.
Photos.
photos. Oh, there's a Reddit post here from 4 years ago. Why do all Sisters of Battle have white hair? Um, oh, here's an interesting thing that somebody's not sourced, but like only the Order of our Martyred Lady dye their hair white. The rest just wear their natural hair color.
Oh,
Yep. So there you go.
okay. So
Uh,
Argenta's from a very specific order
yeah,
in Rogue Trader.
she is from the Order of our Martyred Lady. So
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Hmm.
And I've just sent you a picture of a thumbnail I found where someone has painted it half white, half black.
Oh, all right.
Yep. So that's
Fair enough.
Yep. But yes, if on long deployment, perhaps their roots will grow in.
It's really distinctive. I think it's a great choice
Mm-hmm.
visually for what you're trying to do here if you're creating something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just imagining the same thing, like the Sisters of Battle, but one's got red hair and one's blonde, and a couple of them have black hair, and it just doesn't feel as like visually strikingly unique as the Sisters of Battle do.
Mm.
But what you're telling me is there's a lot of sisters who are like that, so never mind.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't think it's very important for the law for them all to have white hair. But I also think if you are reading a book and you just mentally picture them all having white hair, I don't think it's taken away from anything either.
Yeah.
I think. So one of the short stories it touches on the Repentia, which are sisters who have explicitly failed. They've been basically stripped down to rags, sometimes blindfolded, sometimes whipped and beaten, and eyes
Sometimes
torn.
their eyes are gone.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And they're given an eviscerator chainsword, which is like a chainsaw the length of their body, and are told to basically run at the enemy and hope the Emperor forgives you in glorious combat by killing you. One of these short stories. And I can't imagine they're also going, oh, hold on, we need to dye your hair white. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of... yeah. So what do you mean by that, though? Like we have to dye your hair white.
Like, if you're picturing all the Sisters of Battle having white hair, then the ones who fail, who are explicitly at a lower, like, rung socially and or explicitly within the church, do they still get the same privileges of hair dye to uniform for their beliefs that they need to have, like, represent the Martyred Lady here?
Right. But if it's gene editing, then
is it
there it is anyway.
Is it though? Like, I don't know. I made that up.
Right. No, but I'm just saying if a specific symbol of your order is white hair in your members, and you have the technology to gene edit them to always have white hair, you just do that and don't worry about it.
Right.
Right? It's so much more complicated to have them manually dyeing their hair constantly while also waging a war.
I can totally see hair dyeing as a holy ritual for them, much like scarification or anything like that, tattoos maybe. It's like they're in the middle of the war and they stop to sit around and tell each other stories in this book. There's a lot of things that you don't need to do that religious expectation will make you do.
Yeah, so you've got the downtime.
So I think dyeing hair probably on that. It falls into that category of like, well, we probably shouldn't waste the time, but we're going to because, well, it's 11 o'clock and it's time for church service, you know?
Yeah, I can see that too. Because, yeah, it would totally make sense. It'd be, you clean your weapon, you hammer the dents out of your armor, and you dye your hair.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Not something they're ever really going to address. Well, maybe they might.
I would be surprised if they address that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I also liked from the book, just to talk about character stuff more,
Mhm.
is that this new Saint Catherine Avra, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Avro.
Yeah. She had parents who died in battle, and then she had a brother who died in battle.
Mm.
And she's effectively racked with concern and guilt over the fact that, for example, her brother died in a car accident. Like
Mm.
he was in a
Right.
tank, in a people
Mhm.
mover, and it rolled over and died, and it burst into flame, and he was killed.
Right. He
And
was.
she's like, he didn't die in battle. Like,
Mhm.
he's screwed. And then, like, more than once, this conversation has to happen. Like, the other more senior members of this group are like, he was fighting the enemy, he was fighting for the emperor, and he died. He's fine. Like, they're so matter of fact about it.
Right.
They're like, you don't have to literally get your head blown off by an enemy with a gun to have died fighting the enemy. Like you can die from dysentery if you're in the battle and you've been fighting, right? And it totally counts.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I mean, she doesn't. I don't think at any point is she like, oh, right? She never has a moment where she's like, you know what? Good point. I feel better about this now. To me, it feels like she never really comes to terms with it.
Mm.
Like even after, these sisters that she respects so much tell her that she's wrong.
Right.
And she's so worried about that too. She's worried that she'll die in a way that she doesn't consider
Mhm.
worthy of her status, worthy of the emperor, and that's like the worst thing that could ever happen for her,
Mm.
right?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I again, I don't know what I mean by again, but like I'm not religious, so I immediately look
Mm.
for those contradictions and go, well, what about this? Which is we're first introduced to Avro when she saves a guardsman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just left wondering, is it weighing on her that if she had let him die, he would be there with the Emperor? But now that she saved him, he might just like slip and fall down some stairs, right?
Maybe.
Right.
Like maybe that's something she's constantly worried about.
Right. And that's like a representation of this where she's like, but my brother, like his tank was just rolled over.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's all an extension, and maybe it's kind of left to us, so I don't really have hard answers on that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
I'm just saying the author never gives us a moment where she's like, and then I saw the light, and I agree that if where you don't have to actually die in battle to die for the emperor. She never does that.
yeah, yeah, no.
I just thought that was interesting.
Hmm.
It's more complexity than having her have some weird epiphany because someone told her she was wrong.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, and to change the subject, do you want to?
nope, no, I don't.
There's something further there. Okay, so she becomes the avatar of Catherine because she's honor guard for the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
There's a million heretics around. They're all getting blasted. They're holding the walls. Somebody goes down,
Mm-hmm.
and Avra turns to help them and gets like gored through the back. And then the next thing she knows, she wakes up and she's like fine. She's looking for the exit wound where she got speared through and it's
Oh,
not there.
we're talking about when she has a vision and it includes the death of the last Catherine. Like, there's a tyrannid claw or something goes through her gorget and she wakes up and she's like, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there's another sister there who already knew who was going to have the vision and is like, calm yourself, child.
Yeah, I'm really confused about this whole sequence of events. So, like, so the one who is the Avatar Catherine dies,
Uh-huh.
and then pretty much immediately someone else in the order has a vision of their death,
Uh-huh.
and the rest of the order knows they're gonna have the vision, and they know it's the new Catherine, and then they get this thing moving.
I don't know how many people know, and we're not shown
Sure.
the exact like timeline of this because what we get is the opening like combat scenes are this last Catherine um fighting and being like, I knew I was going to die. I just didn't think it would be yet. I have to get up. I have to stand. And
Yes.
then that cuts to Avra waking up, revealing that it was all a vision. And there's another
Uh-huh.
woman there who's waiting for her. We don't know how long ago the other lady, Saint Mina, Saint Dominica, Saint Silvana, Saint Lucia, and Saint Arabella. We don't know when
Mhm.
they had their visions, revealing who the next person was, or how long it's been. But they have.
Yeah.
So I assume it's just the other saints, the other people who embody the saints. They're the ones who get the visions, not everyone in the order.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So, is this like psyker bullshit? Is this just like straight up religious visionary within the Imperium? Like, what's going on here?
so it's faith, faith in the Emperor, um, which is probably psycho bullshit, right?
Right.
It's like whether or not it's faith or psyche is a question the church doesn't want to even acknowledge because to them all witches are heresy. So
Yes.
the idea that like the sisters are doing collective witchcraft through their faith is a question they don't want answered. They don't want the Inquisition thinking about. Um, but there are points in some books where a Blackstone pylon will get activated, and this is like a warp nulling device,
Yeah.
and saints lose their power. Like, so some saints have not these saints. These saints are very much just like we assume their personality or like their identity and stand around a coffin. There are
And we
other
hit stuff with shields.
right.
Yeah.
There are other saints who get like visible glowing wings and can fly. Right. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they lose their power when the warp goes away.
Oh, great.
But also, there are books like this where maybe Avra got a vision from the Emperor, and to prove its credentials, he showed her him fighting Horus on the vengeful spirit at the start. You know, and it's like,
Yeah.
is that faith, or did the Emperor send her a message?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, are miracles real, Falcon? You're a paladin. You don't like. Didn't your upbringing teach you that laying on hands was a real thing?
Yes.
Sir, miracles are real. People have,
Warhammer's different.
why?
Warhammer's different.
Why?
Because what do you mean why?
Like, why is it different for them to believe that their miracles are acts of faith when people in the real world who believe their miracles are acts of faith are a thing? Like, I think those are the very same thing, and like, I can't prove either one is warp bullshit. I mean, I can
If you can
suggest one of them is warp bullshit, the other one's lying, but you know, I can't.
yeah, if you can find somebody in the real world who has magic glowing wings as a saint and is flying around, then let me know. That's more concrete evidence of anything than anything I've ever seen in our world in the history of it. So Warhammer is different, is what I'm saying.
Right, but like, not all acts of faith are glowing wings,
Right.
and
I'm just talking.
I'm talking about the
I'm
mundane
not
little
talking.
stuff.
Right. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that in Warhammer where somebody has faith and then like something works out and they're like, hooray, faith. And it's like, yeah, that's faith in the real world. That's like, boy, it sure worked out and I prayed. Excellent. But there's no correlation here. You can't prove anything. It's faith. That's the whole point. You
Right.
can't prove it. It's belief.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Okay, but I'm saying Warhammer has other more concrete examples of this thing working and doing crazy concrete things, at which point it's not faith anymore.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they're still gonna treat it as faith, but it's like, it might be psycho bullshit. I'm curious as to how the tarot works. Like people routinely do tarot readings from the Emperor's Tarot. To like, is this a good idea? Is this where we should deploy? And some books are like, yeah, the Emperor straight up sends people messages through the tower.
Well, In the Heresy, there's a scene where they do a tarot reading, and it's always the same reading constantly, like right as the Heresy's wrapping up.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah,
That's like the warps flooded in and stopped time, so all readings are the
yeah,
same.
yeah,
That's not really like Emperor faith stuff because I think the Emperor's like walking around looking for Horus at that time. He's not even like sitting down on the throne
can't remember exactly where he is,
because
but yeah, that's fair.
the tarot reading's all about the Dark King, and it's the Emperor, spoilers, sucking up enough warp juice to maybe turn into a Chaos God called the Dark King.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Um,
Anywho's,
hmm.
that's all. I mean,
Cool.
it's intentionally timey-wimey and squishy, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
good deal.
Good.
All right,
Cool. So
good book.
that's
Short.
yeah, very short. Do we want the wheel?
We want the wheel, of course.
The wheel. So I noticed an issue with the wheel. I did a couple of practice spins and it landed on the same thing like 4 or 5 times in a row. I'm like that shouldn't be happening. So what I did was I shuffled all of the places where they could be. And so instead of everything being next to each other, like all the Imperial Guard stuff next to each other, they're just more spread out. That's all. Hopefully we get a better roll. Yeah. Uh, uh, okay. One, that is what it was landing on 5 times in a row. Priest of Mars. So rigged. I am genuinely calling rigged on that. Priest of Mars
Amazing.
by Graham
Yeah.
McNeil. We're back to Graham.
We're back to Graham.
Now,
Oh boy, Graham.
you might be able to get the Gods of Mars as an omnibus. It's a 3-book series. So we're going to be away from the wheel for 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I believe you can get an omnibus.
Doc Bravo's mad. You're mad. This is great.
The omnibus is called The Forges of Mars, so you can look for that. It's 944 pages.
Okay.
But that's 3 books wrapped up in one. So
Amazon.
So this is the book that I told you about where the priests of Mars, the Admech, they have like a big ship that might be sentient, and they have to like pray to it to save them, and it opens up a timey-wimey gun.
Fancy.
Yep. This also has Space Marines in it, just a couple. Gray McNeil writing Space Marines did not go well with Uriel Ventress, but these are just Black Templars. It's fine. So
Deal.
they'll be hyper religious.
Yep.
So we're not getting entirely away from the church this week.
All right, deal. Got it. Got it good.
Sweet. Alrighty.
Okay, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Thanks everyone for hanging out for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour with Somicron at twitch.tv/Somicron. Live every week. Go there, follow, subscribe, throw gifted subs at Somicron to support the podcast. You can also do that by buying merch at falconpaladin.store and by pledging at patreon.com/Somicron. So, good ways to do it. You can watch the VODs at youtube.com/Somicron as well. That's where those end up. If you're more of a YouTube kind of person, Somicron's been doing shorts out there too.
Just a couple.
So if you like shorts content, you're like, what is this hour-long garbage? Give me 20 seconds. We have that for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. All right, so we'll be reading a bunch of uh, Adeptus Mechanicus type stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Back next week with